Hello. Thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel. And my name is Nehru. I just want to come on and talk to you for a moment. If you enjoy the rainy season here in Da Nang, Vietnam. And I'm just sitting here enjoying my coffee this morning. Got sage incense burning as I do every day to cleanse the energy when I start out my day. And there is storm number 12, and I think it's Typhoon 24 that is approaching. And from the China Sea, I believe, is the body of water that's right next to us. One of the joys that I've come to really enjoy, one of the that I've really come to embrace and is if you want to experience the miracles, if you want to experience the magic of this journey, then connect to Divine Source, connect to your intuition. One of the reasons today, it hasn't always been a top reason because it wasn't always a realization, but one of the reasons today that I realize that I continue to stay faithful and obey. And is I've come to enjoy watching the miracles happen through my obedience. I enjoy watching the miracles happen through my obedience to Divine Source, to the way that my ancestors are guiding me, to my intuition. And it is a magical thing. Divine knows, and this is something I heard a moment ago too. Divine knows, or divine is the interpreter of the intents of the heart. And so, if you want to be protected, that doesn't mean you don't go through things. That doesn't mean life isn't challenging in this 3D place. Because you are here again for a purpose. And part of that purpose is to heal certain aspects of your life. And through that healing, you began to see who you really truly are, and who those you have surrounded yourself with, those you are in relationship with, regardless of the connection. Romantic or platonic, however it goes, business relationships, friend relationships, spouse relationships, companion relationships, son-daughter relationships. You began to see the truth. And although it may be difficult to separate yourself from these bonds, that reveal themselves to you in karmic ways, it's worth it. Because when you wake up to them, not next to them, but when you wake up to them, who they are, then you get to experience the magic. Or you start to. And I just want you to know, I just got a song. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough to keep me from you. And that doesn't have to be a human being. That could be you and Divine Source singing that song to you. And then it's reciprocal in you singing that song to Divine Source, to your ancestors. There's nothing that's going to keep you from them, separate you from them. And in fact, the only deity that can is you. And you are a deity, light or dark. So allow Divine to be the interpreter of the relationships and connections that you are in, to bring about the changes that are needed in your relationship. You may not need to get rid of all of the individuals that were in your life, are in your life. But certainly you need to get rid of some if you have not. Divine will make that clear to you again. The more you embrace your spiritual journey, the truth of who you are, and recognize and correct the true intentions of your heart. One of the words that have been ringing recently is sustainability. Sustainability. And, over time, I looked this up the other day as I was listening to the roosters crow and watching the chickens walk around. Chickens cannot fly very far today. And in large part, that is due to man's man changing, man injecting these creations with things that has changed their biology over time. So chickens originally were able to fly long distances. But over time, because they have been engineered by man now to be plumper, right? It has caused this particular bird to no longer be able to fly long distances. And I think about that, and I think about us. And I think about what man has done. However the means, whatever the process, okay? LSD programs, MK Ultras, Operation LAC, LAC. Think about these things. Agent Orange. Okay? And that's what man has tried to do, is to prevent you from soaring with these programs, with these injections, with these false interpretations of who you are. Whether they spread bad news about you, and again, friends, family, whoever, spread bad news about you, former lovers, former husbands, wives. That is the purpose. To keep you from flying, to keep you from soaring, to keep you from taking off. So allow divine to be the interpreter of the intents of your heart and the intents of others. And don't deny the truth when the truth shows up. I pulled yesterday, and the last few days have really been I get last 2 days, last two, counting today, maybe 3, have been some holy days for me. And every day is holy, but it's an elevated energy. As I contemplate, think on my future, Divine told me the other day to let bygones be bygones. And I looked that phrase up and what it means. And essentially what it means is letting go of the hurt, letting go of the anger, letting go of the bitterness in order to be reconciled. And that reconciliation may not be with the people that you have come to realize were against you or still are against you. It's not necessarily that reconciliation, but it's a reconciliation back to yourself, back to your higher self. It's a reconciliation to a higher truth. Even from where you are, even if you are already awakened, okay, confirmation. Even if you are already awakened, there are endless possibilities. There are endless possibilities. Okay? And so let bygones be bygones. So that whatever reconciliations are due to you because of your obedience and allowing divine to work through you, allowing your ancestors to work through you, allowing the divine, the deities to work through you, extraterrestrial, angels, because I personally come to really enjoy that. And it helps a lot with the stress of the matrix. I pulled some cards yesterday, as I was saying a moment ago, and 6 cards came out. And 2 of the cards are names, formal names. And so I meditated and thought on those cards that came out yesterday, all day yesterday. I didn't post on either YouTube channel yesterday. Again, yesterday was highly influential. We have just entered into Scorpio season, by the way, on today. 10/23 is the beginning of Scorpio season. We know that Scorpio represents death, but with death is a rebirth. Always. And I laid the cards out last night, laid them on the bed next to me. And when I woke up this morning, I don't know how it happened because the other cards are still in place. But one particular card was now laying up against my pillow, and their name, the pillow that was next to the one I was sleeping on. And I actually don't always use a pillow. Sometimes I put the pillow aside and I just sleep. That's from the military days and sleeping on cots and that. That I don't necessarily need a pillow. I'm just thinking about, also, I've been homeless 3 different times, twice during dialysis. 4.5 years of dialysis. I was homeless twice during that period. And sleeping in my car, of course, you do not have a pillow. I did not have a pillow. I guess you could buy one, but I did not have a pillow. You see the lady across the street putting her laundry up. So there's something about putting the laundry out to dry, hanging the laundry out to dry. So there's something about hanging the laundry out to dry or putting something out to dry. And so I adapted to that as a very simplistic example of adaptation. And this card was laying face up with the name showing, and it was laying up against the pillow as if someone had set it there. And again, when I fell asleep, that card was laying down with something on top of it, a dice actually, a die on top of it. And so I say, quote unquote, somehow, some way, that card ended up face up laying on my pillow, as if that person was laying next to me. Okay? And that particular name, I know a couple of people with that name. And so that could represent someone else laying with that individual, or that could represent me. And someone by that name who's, I don't know, coming into my life or something. I don't know. Again, and that's a very common name. I don't know many celebrities with the name. In fact, I only know one. I only know one. And and that name could be their middle name, could be, I don't know. So yeah, just wanted to come on and share a little bit with you again as we enjoy all of the seasons of the day, including the rainy seasons. Wherever you are, whenever you hear this, I hope you are doing well. And I can't say that I hope that life is good to you, because life is meant to teach you. And I know life is treating you well according to your actions, according to your ability, or not ability, but a willingness to follow that intuition, to experience the miracles. So whatever needs to be hung out to dry, hang it out to dry, and let bygones be bygones. and watch the miracles happen. Thank you so much for being a part of the journey. Thank you so much for listening to this video and any others. Thank you for sharing the content. You are a spiritual purveyor. And a spiritual purveyor is someone who is on their spiritual journey to enlightenment through self-teachings, through reading, through meditation, through understanding synchronicities. Yesterday, 331 was the angel number of the day. I saw it probably more than 10 times yesterday. Okay? In fact, it's on one of the cards that I pulled yesterday morning. Of those 6 cards, 331 is on one of those cards. And it's just been, yeah, it doesn't matter. I could be watching a show. I could be listening to something. I could be walking down the street. I could be on the motorbike. Whatever it is, 331, 313, 133 is a 7. And yeah. So we're talking about intuition. Following that, being divinely led, and the universe letting you know that you are on the right track, and to stay faithful. Okay? Assume nothing. So yeah, thank you so much again. Oh, it was 22 minutes exactly when I looked down at the video timer. So, again, thank you so much for being a part of the journey here on Esoteric Guidance. And yeah, we'll be back soon. As always, be encouraged.